Welcome to Old School Garage. This episode is going to be a new garage tour. I'm actually visiting a working garage where they're working on Bentleys and Rolls Royces. They're working on many different classic cars as well. As you see behind me, it's a lovely little car behind us. And this is NRT Garage. They are in heart of Gloucestershire. And the reason I want to show you guys this garage, this working garage, I mean, you see these beauties behind me, because this is the new generation and the young generation who are going to work on classic cars. And I do appreciate young people try to carry on their heritage or their parents' heritage to work on these classic cars. And they're working on modern cars as well. There's not many places work on Rolls and Bentleys, I think, and they specialize in them. Especially the lad, Tom, I'm going to see today. He's a very, very young lad with a huge amount of knowledge. So let's go and see him. So guys, this is Tom. He's a very, very young lad who's running this shop. And this business is started by your old chap, isn't it?
Yeah, so a bit of backstory really is Dad started the company. We moved into this premises in 2002. Just doing generic classic cars, and then a lot of these Bentleys and Rolls started coming in, so then we started specialising on just them. We still get an odd few come in, but and yeah, so I've been here since I was yay high and just kept coming in and worked here, and then unfortunately passed away, so I just took the baton on and carried on with it and carried on like, so yeah.
So you started your car repair business when you was about 6-7 years old?
Yeah, probably. Well, I've definitely been coming here since that time, yeah, so I'm 27 now. Been coming here for a long time. There's pictures of me next to grills, and I was about here, so that shows how young I was there. So yeah, so I've always been around these classic cars and all, well, these cars in general, so yeah.
Yeah, it's Bentley Rolls is your main.
Yeah, Bentley and Rolls is what I would say like I specialise in. Other members of the team have got other backgrounds and stuff, which is really nice, keeps us always learning, and it has helped because you can transfer all skills, can't you, on that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's all going on here.
Let's walk around and show us all the cars you work on in here. I think that would be a great idea.
Let's do it.
So before we just get to the first car, as you heard, the phone is ringing in the background because Tom's mum working here in the office, and she take all the cars from the customers, and we're going to talk about this lovely little Bentley, which looks mint. So what's the story with this one, Tom?
Well, we've looked after it for a few years now. Customer, he lives a fair way away, so he still comes, which is nice. So it's only in for ABS lights and a full service, MOT, and just a bit of a health check. Make sure he's got another 12 months of no worries and a bit of cruising around, really. So that's a nice one.
So this is just basically a general service with a bit of electrical gremlins, and that's it. People are going to ask, you know, for compared to like a Ford Focus, how expensive to service one of these cars?
So obviously, being a premium luxury car, it is things. So I think they're about £400 plus the VAT for an ABS sensor. So yeah, not the cheapest thing in the world, but like I say, it's a luxury car, and unfortunately, it is still a Bentley, even though the value might not be there as when it was once new. But it's still a Bentley at the end of the day. So yeah, it's just things we've got to take on board to drive these cars, really. Bit of a nightmare, but we'll get there.
As you guys probably noticed, there's a Porsche in the background as well. And I'm going to ask Tom now, why is it a Porsche in a Bentley and Rolls Royce garage?
Classic car, and I love them probably just as much as the customer. So we're trying to keep them all on the road as best we can, really.
And to be fair, these are basically young timers now.
Yeah.
Because of the age of the vehicle, which is unbelievable now. Yeah. They're coming to that age when they're going to become classic. So you kind of have to start working on them because they're going to be the modern upcoming cars and modern classics as well.
That's it. So we're seeing that now. Unfortunately, as lovely as the pre-war cars are, they are slowly kind of fading away because the old boys that you like driving them are no longer about, which is a real shame. But so you start seeing like what I would say call a modern classic like this and the Bentleys and all that sort of stuff. You do start to see them coming in now, and people willing to do a bit more than they would usually because they can see it as an appreciating asset and something they can really enjoy and hand down to their kids and like that sort of thing, really. So it's a nice, it's nice and a bit different. Keeps us learning as well. That's the other thing. Sometimes it keeps it all fresh and all that sort of stuff. So
yeah,
nice.
Definitely. And talk about modern cars. We're going to talk about the next one is quite an old car.
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
So this is the car we're going to talk about next. This is a Morris 8. Such of cute cars.
Oh, do you know what? It's perfect. When you're used to Bentleys and Rollers and you're used to pushing them around, but this one we can push on our own. It's brilliant. So yeah, and again, like I say, it keeps everything fresh. We see new engines and we have different problems with different solutions, and then we can start transferring them onto the Bentleys and Rollers of this age and see what, you know, what sort of things, you know, like people say, waterless coolant, do you use it, do you not? So we can, it's nice to see that sort of stuff and chop and change and put them onto other cars as we go. So yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. And there are many more rollers.
Many more rollers, that's it, we're full of rollers.
If we walk around,
we
can see a young lad again working
so yeah
on a roller.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, this is Connor.
So me and Connor met a couple of years ago, and funny enough, I worked with his dad.
Yes, yeah, we met at Prescott Hillclimb, but he used to work with my dad at Twigworth Breakers.
Yeah, and it's quite nice to see because you just stripping the top end off a roller.
Yeah, getting the heads off today. I'll take them back to my workshop and they'll get skimmed. There's all sorts of other things. We've done calipers all round on it. It needed new calipers, new brake lines. There's lots of things that have, yeah, barn finds. You never know what you're gonna come across basically. But yeah.
And that's a good thing, you guys actually doing everything, you know, because this is like a proper big engine work on one of these cars. And obviously you just said you changed the brakes. So basically you're recommissioning the car after being set for, well, over 3 decades now.
Yeah, we go through it. We can do pretty much everything on these cars here, can't we? From bodywork, which is next door with Dave, and engine rebuilds and machining, and the machining sits with me, and then everything else mechanical's done here, isn't it? Yeah. So.
Brilliant. So as you can see, the guys is working on different cars, like this era of Rolls. There is a different era of Rolls above my head. That's a Rolls as well? Yes.
Yeah,
that's a Rolls as well.
Silver Cloud 1. Yeah, so that's in for engine rebuild. That's been rebored. That's here. So rebore on 5 cylinders, and then we've had to put a new liner in the other one due to it being too ovaled, which is nice. So it's actually worn instead of it blowing up essentially, which is
so basically it's a refit.
Yeah.
So this is a full engine rebuild basically. So you pressure testing them.
Yeah.
That's what I mean about full engine rebuild. So it's not a rebore, everything, unless it needs it.
Yeah, that's it basically. So yeah, this one came in, customer bought it from auction, and basically this bore was letting oil past it due to the bore being ovaled. So it is engine wear, like I say, which is nice instead of having an engine fail, which is cool. We've polished the cams, the crank is all in there, so that's all been polished, so that's all up to spec and is all been measured correctly and all of that. So new bearings and new, obviously, all of that sort of stuff, but the crank we've managed to save with a good polish and stuff. So yeah, so we're just going to do the final hone, then we can start putting in the new pistons. We've got new pistons all round, none of this put one piston in that some people do. It's just bad practice because you'll have to go in there again at a later date.
Pointless.
It's pointless. It is. It's some people do it and say, yeah, you can get away with it, but if you're in this deep, you may as well change them all. You know,
because it doesn't cost that much more.
No, it generally 9 times out of 10 it is just the parts that's extra because we'll be in there anyway. You know, it's take the crank out anyway, so the pistons basically just pull out. So it is, say what, 30 minutes extra. That's probably being a bit long. So yeah, it's little things like that, and that's what we like to do here is explain to the customer. I've had him down, showed him this and said, look, you could just leave them, but my opinion, I say, look, let's do all of the pistons because otherwise you're going to be coming back maybe it could be as little as 6 weeks time.
Tom also said about the paint booth. So we're going to go in there, see the chap in there because it's preparing. I think it's a Bentley in there, if I'm right, or is it a Rolls?
Bentley.
It's a Bentley in there. So we're going to go see this boy. What's he doing in there? You have to be quiet because it looks like he's concentrating. You're spraying the cars in here, and currently this Bentley.
Yeah.
Been prepared. And Dave here, he's masking up the car.
Oh yeah, all done, just mask off the areas of the car just to protect the rest of the car while we're working on small areas to try and isolate as much as we can the areas we're working on. And this has got a rust hole which we're going to cut out, repair, and this had a small repair to do here which is done, so that's pretty much ready for a primer.
Okay, prime it and blend it in.
Yeah, strip the whole thing back off, prepare it for paint, mask it up, final paint then.
Excellent. Thank you, Dave. So as you can see, this is like a garage does all the restoration work in here in-house really. So you don't need to take it as far for a spray shop, or any repair really. They can do everything in here. And we're just gonna go outside because we had a bit of a rain, which was a bit of a pain in the backside really, because we wasn't planning on having a rain this morning. We checked the weather for today's filming, and well, it was a bit moist this morning, but we're gonna show you the cars outside, what's waiting for some service, and it's a good variation of cars coming into this workshop, to be honest with you. So what we talked about earlier is you working on older and newer cars, and this is the great example what you have in there, isn't it?
Yeah, so like I say, a newer Bentley GT here. It's a Gen 2 in for just a service, oil service, and it's got a bit of a boot problem, which if you've owned a GT before, they do have their boot issues. So yeah, just kind of standard work really. And then on the other side, Bentley S3, got to do the front brakes, shoes, wheel cylinders, all of that, and adjust the servo as well, which again, everyone knows it's a bit of an odd thing. The servo's on the side of the gearbox and the friction plate, so if that's not adjusted correctly, you can have all sorts of problems. So that's a good thing to do when you do the brakes on these sort of cars. So yeah, that's what's in next.
And when we're talking about oddball things, if we can go like, you got Bentley Continental convertible in there, right next to a Buick 8.
Yeah.
And that's what you talked about. So you're working on the oddball cars as well.
So yeah, do you know what? We do see a lot of American cars, really, where we look after a couple of Thunderbirds and a Stingrays, and this is the next American project, Buick 8. So yeah, we've done the engine work on it, but we're going in for a repaint. Like Boris says, we try and keep everything in-house the best we can. So it's going to have a full repaint all round, and then we have to send the chrome off. So the chrome and the leather work is the only two things that we don't do in-house, but we work well with two local places. And I hand deliver it, which is something I think needs to happen, because these delivery services now can go all over the place. So I like to do that. But so yeah, no, Buick 8 next in, get it all stripped. Few little blisters on it, which is the thing, but other than that, the car's super straight. So that's a nice, should be a nice straightforward repaint, and then yeah, go from there really.
It's a vehicle in here I asked Tom about, I really like. It's a really oddball thing, and I want to walk to it before we talk about any other car, because I think it's brilliant.
So yeah, as Boris just said, bit of an oddball car. Most farmers would know exactly what this is. So this is my personal car. It's a Subaru Brat pickup. 1.8 carb boxer engine, all-wheel drive, and it's just absolutely brilliant. So we're going to do a full restoration on this to kind of show what we can do, but also I just love it. So it's a really cool, groovy little car. People just stop. Sometimes you have people pulling onto the forecourt because of this. They walk past the Bentleys and they jump straight in because of the old Subaru. So yeah, I do like it. We've got to get it in. Obviously, being a mechanic's car, it always gets pushed to the back, pushed to the back, pushed to the back. So we're definitely going to make this a priority over the next couple of months to get it all sorted and yeah, get it back into its former glory. But like I say, being a farmer's car, it's been hit on every panel and everything like that. But the engine in it is just pull the choke out, a couple of turns and it goes. And I drive this to Spain and back. The reliability of it is brilliant. It's just a shame that they were used and abused. It was a proper work vehicle. That's kind of what we want to do with it here, and use it as a bit of a a
Shop
bit of a
truck?
Yeah, a little bit of a shop truck, parts getter, and like I say, when we are delivering the chrome and stuff, they're not a million miles away, so we can take this, and it looks brilliant when the boys are getting lunch, give them the keys to this and say, yeah, go and take the Subaru, and the amount of people down at local bakery just love it and just think, yeah, what a groovy bit of kit. So definitely next in line to get in and get sorted.
But here are more cars. They're waiting to be restored as well. There are some really, really, really rare cars in the barns just over there.
This one, Bentley Derby, we've done engine on this as well. So we're waiting for a few little bits just to finish it off. We got it all back together, all running, and then we looked at the rocker shaft. Well, it was making a tappety noise, just the tappets to what they should be, still making the noise. So then what we did, we took the rocker shaft apart and found that it was actually worn on the one side. So we've just waiting for the bushes to be engineered, which Connor does, which is brilliant. So Connor's engineering them as we speak and getting that all sorted so we can get this wrapped up back to the customer, and he's a show goer, so he'll like to go to all the shows and stuff. So yeah, nice little Bentley Derby pre-war. It is a really groovy little car. Quite nice that the pre-war, the Rolls pre-wars you see are very big, but this is quite a quaint little body. And yeah, it's a nice sort of driving car actually. It drives really, really well, and you can, okay, it's not a sports car, but it's not afraid to go around the corners and use it, and that's what it was, the silent sports car as they advertised it. So a few little bits left to finish on it, and then back to the customer, which would be lovely.
Just for the viewers, can you put your hand over so just have an idea how big the headlights on this car. It's unbelievable in a flash.
Yeah, the big Lucas P100s, I believe they're P100s. Sure, someone will tell me if they're not, but yeah, big Lucas headlights on them.
It looks amazing. It's proper gangsters cars, isn't it?
Yeah, they do look really good. I do like the Lucas headlights. So yeah, it's proper bit of character, that is.
Well, when we walk through, obviously you got some other toys.
Yeah. So we got, like I say, we see some of these bits and pieces. Quick on the Rover, little pre-war Rover. It's been fully restored by someone else, not us. Fully restored. The pictures is amazing. All ash body's been done and all of this, and obviously that. But unfortunately, I think they missed a couple of steps on the engine, which is a real shame. So customer bought it and unfortunately didn't drive it too far, and we found the bottom end's making a bit of a rattle. So we've had the sump off. Piston number 5, big end seems to be a little bit slacker than what it should be, should we say. So yeah, we've got to get this out next. Got to finish the sum next door, but this is the next project in then, engine wise. Take it all out, get it stripped. I imagine that we'll probably do the full works on this, looking at the quality of the rest of the vehicle. It'd be a shame not to do a proper in-depth engine rebuild on it, because then it is a completely fully restored pre-war Rover, and again, like I say, a really, really nice little bodied car. Paint's lovely on it, with the pinstripes and stuff, and it's a really handsome little car actually. So yeah, that's the next thing in.
So behind me, a Rolls Royce Phantom 3, but we're gonna see another one because it's 2 in here. And what Tom talked about as well, as you can see, they not just work on Bentleys and Rolls Royces. I mean, it's a lovely old Rover in here. It's the same kind of era as all the other cars, and we're just going to walk into the other garage now to show you the other Phantom. So this is the Phantom we talked about. I mean, I can't really show you on a picture. I mean, I tried to shoot it on wide angle, guys, just to show you. This is a huge car. This is like a long wheelbase Sprinter van. The best way to explain it, that's how long is this car. So Tom, it's this is a rare car, far as I know, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a rare old car. So we haven't done anything to it. This has not been done here, but this is how it's come. But it's a Rolls Royce Phantom 3 sedanca top, which is, you know, a convertible, which is, when you think about the age of the vehicle, the engineering, to have that comes out and then that drops, that you just think, wow, that's brilliant. But the main piece of the Phantom 3s for me is that V12 engine. yeah, very similar to the Merlin engine, the Spitfire engine, very similar sort of foot plan and everything. So yeah, it's just marvellous. This car's been stood for some time now, so it's got here, and we're just waiting to put it through the workshop. But yeah, it'll be a lovely project when finished. Some hours will go into it. There'll be some swearing, I'm sure, and some blood. I'm certain about that. But yeah, it's something nice to do, full restoration on something like this, because you know, it's a super original car. It's got everything with it. I've already checked all of that and made a log of everything. So the odd few bits we need are super easy to get hold of. So yeah, it's a really nice one, actually. We look forward to doing this. This will be a nice project. Keep us busy for, I imagine it'll be a couple of years before this is actually on the road. Full nut and bolt restoration, body off, and yeah, paint all round, and then all the leather work and everything. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a task, but it's, like I say, it's nothing that we can't do, and look forward to do as well. It's going to be a really fun thing to take on and rip apart, really.
Tom has his personal car in here as well. That's a Rolls Royce, and we're going to talk about it in a minute, because I think it's a really lovely car. It's a two-door, which is rare, especially from the era. So this is your personal car?
Yeah, this is one of my collections, bless it. It's been sat in here for some time now, as you can probably see from the dust. But so yeah, it's a Rolls Royce Corniche, which is the two-door. Nice things about this is the 5000 series, so it's the Mark II. The chassis number on this is actually 5013, so it's really fresh off of that thing. So we've got a power steering rack instead of the box, and the brakes and suspension is the hydraulic fluid, which personally I prefer, because the hydraulic fluid isn't hydroscopic, so it's not attracting that moisture, so you don't have, well, you do, but it's a better car to deal with the rusty brake lines and all of that sort of stuff. So yeah, it believe it or not, it has been painted. The layer of dust is acting as a bit of a car cover at the moment, but it has been painted. We kept the original Everflex roof. There's no rust in it, and we thought we'd keep it original as possible. So we kind of left that, took the chrome, took the windows out, of course, to paint, but we've left this to its thing. Like I say, there's no rust, no bubbling, which what's happened to the Everflex. So yeah, I'm going to keep it on the original Solex carb as well, because a lot of people like to change it to the twin SUs, but I'm just trying to make it, and we're going to use it as a bit of a showpiece. I'm going to try and enter it into a concourse. That's the plan with this car. And then I'm probably going to give it to my mum, in all honesty. That'll be her little gift for putting up for me for 27 years. So that's the plan with this old girl. Get it all back up, get hopefully some silverware with it, and then yeah, give it to me old dear. Whether she'll drive it is another thing, but that's the plan. And yeah, bit of something that she can, you know, enjoy, and then when she retires, she can sell it on and keep the money and do whatever she needs to do with it. So that's what that's the plan with this old girl. When you see these like it is sat up, it's a crying shame, it really is. And yeah. I am a bit of a fool for just letting this sit in here, really. Obviously all being inside and stuff, but still, it's not doing the car any good. So we're gonna have to crack on with this one. We've got a lot to do, haven't we? That's that thing. I need to clone myself or do something like that. But
and you need to make a living as well.
Yeah, well, that is unfortunately, like, that's the problem with a typical mechanic's car. You always have, like I said, you always have these projects and stuff, and unfortunately, when you're busy, they get pushed right to the back, and then, you know, if you stay busy, and it is a bit of a nightmare. So it is something that we need to crack on with, actually. Looking at it now, I do need to push it on and get it on the road, and yeah, put some miles on the old girl. It's quite a low mileage anyway, but I mean, that doesn't bother me. I'm a believer of high mileage, because at least the car's been used.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it.
All the faults has been fixed on it already.
Yeah, that's it. And
that's what people don't understand, isn't it?
And the thing is with these sort of cars is the Rolls and Bentleys, they're very, what I would call a lazy engine. So, you know, this will rev to 4,000 RPM, same with the Enage range, and it's only really the GTs that are a higher revving sort of engine So they're very lazy, so they can do that mileage, you know, and it doesn't make much effect 'cause it's not obviously, you know, like the modern cars now. What we got, 1 litre that's making 150 brake, and you're revving the nuts off it, as it were. So it's a bit like, you know, so these are very lazy. They'll just eat the mileage up and just keep on cruising. So yeah, I don't mind a high mileage car. That doesn't bother me in the slightest. So yeah, next, got to get it in now. Go on. You're excited.
What's
now.
happening? What's happening?
Well,
What are you going to show us?
So yeah, basically, sorry, I'm going to move all this rubbish. But in here, so the chap who taught me on these Bentleys and rollers was a chap called Brian Cooper. And he did his Master Tech at Broughton's in Cheltenham. And he kindly gifted his vast array of all the training, all the workshop manuals.
Oh, wow.
So these are like legit Master Tech workshop manuals on these old cars. Bit of everything. There's his notes from when he done it. So, you know, but it's all
It's
in
real,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, it's all proper wiring diagrams. We've got some GT ones up there. These are the S types. You can get a lot of them on a very good website called RR Technical. So these older ones you can get on there, but 2 shadow ones. But yeah, so these are all thing, and they're Master Tech with all the changes. So proper thing,
Yeah.
which is like a really cool thing. It helps us. So, you know, there's the quiz there. So he kept everything, which is really, really cool. And it does help. Like, you know, you see, just gives us something to go and take a reference off, and we can take it to the car and use it as a guide almost. So yeah, he's got loads, like I say, turbos. These are theoretical, I believe, but they are complete wiring diagrams.
Oh, wow.
Front to back. So yeah, they fold out 3-4 different times, as you can see.
Yeah.
But it goes all the way out, and like, yeah, super handy bit to have, and to be able to take it to the bench, no fingerprints, but take it to the bench. So yeah, he kindly gifted me all of these, which is really cool. I think we both shared the same passion for the Bentleys and the rollers. So yeah, had to show you that one.
Tom obviously drives classic cars and modern classics as well, and I know he prefers the modern classic cars. And let me show you what he drives. So Tom drives one of these Subaru Impreza turbos as well, and these are the other project cars it's waiting in line. Just to show you, obviously we're not going to talk about every single car, but as you see behind me, you know, it's a huge variation of cars all around the shop. You know, I mean, it's project cars. As Tom said earlier, you know, you're waiting for parts, it takes time. So not every car, even if it's a simple fix, because they're such a rare car, sometimes a certain part takes time to arrive. And that's the thing with these high-end cars, you know, it's not like buying off from one of those motor craft factories, you know, you just order it in, some of them special order, or you ordering specialized parts from specialized people as well. But also, Tom not building all these cars by himself, he builds it with the team.
So yeah, as Boris said, we want to talk about the team, because I haven't done this by myself. Like I say, my old man started it, and then, like I say, passed away, and I've taken on. But my mum has helped me with a year's experience running businesses to run that side of it, which is brilliant. My sister helped at the start when we were, you know, I didn't know what I was doing, being honest. If I was 21 when I took this place over. And yeah, so my sister helped as well, and didn't take a penny, because that was the next side. My partner Meg, who you've seen, she cleans all the cars and does general collection and drop-offs. And like you've met Dave and Connor. Yeah, Connor does all the engineering stuff, and he's like a walking calculator, that bloke. He's bloody brilliant, and really helps. And Dave with the paint side is just brilliant. So yeah, like I said, I just want to make sure that everyone knew that it wasn't just me. And yeah, we all chip in, and it makes my life a lot easier. So a lot of appreciation for them chaps.
So guys, I don't know what you think about this young man, but it's so nice to see the British heritage of motor car repair is still here. I mean, Tom is 27, you know, it's very young and working in these old vintage cars and classic cars and modern classics as well. So it's not just one generation of cars, you know, and work on. You're working on from pre-war cars up to today. So we're talking about 18, 19 years expand on vehicle ages, which is unbelievable. And it's so nice. You're working with the young team as well, and your team is interested, and your team is working on these cars. You know, I'm so glad to see that.
Yeah, no, it is nice. Like you say, it is nice to have some young blood still in this sort of game. But yeah, with my team and stuff, we're all young, but we love cars as well. So Dave was rally driver, and Connor's got his project cars, and honestly, they need their own episodes themselves. Them two, they've got a really good background, and they love cars just as much as I love cars. And you know, that I think that's part and parcel. Mechanics is a bit of a lifestyle. It's not a job, it's a lifestyle. So yeah, that it is fun, and it keeps us busy, and it keeps these lovely cars on the road. So that's what we're here for, really. So yeah,
it is
a good bit of fun. But
guys, I don't know what you think about that, but drop it down in a comment. And that was the whole reason to film with Tom, because I want to show you guys still young generation interested in cars, and I hope you are as well. So thank you so much for watching. Thanks for Tom's story and showing us this lovely little garage. And if you're new to this channel, please hit that thumbs up and the subscribe button as well. And hopefully we see you at the next time, maybe with Tom again.
That's it. Nice one, Boris. Good to see you, buddy.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
See you later, all.